everybody. Welcome back to the Friday Front Bar. Thanks to the beautiful Brewery Fresh Carlton.
Baby.
Here at the storied All Nations Hotel in Tigerland. Great to be here.
Yeah.
Pam Sang and Mick Malloy are with us.
Now, why would you say that?
Nah, just a little in-joke. Hey, it's been a big week. It's been a very big week.
Open with an in-joke.
It's just been a very
You've just
big week.
thrown away the rule book. You haven't you? You really have.
Explain the in-joke.
Well, we had a function, my wife's 40th birthday the other night.
Calls it a function.
I
had to go.
Her mother was there, and her mum gets very excited by celebrity, and she met Sam. The next day, she's talking to the grandkiddies, and she said, "Oh yes, the night was lovely. I spent a long time with Pam Sang. He's a lovely man." And that's how it all played out.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Was my invite lost? What was happening here? Where was the function?
The highlight of the week has clearly been the appointment of the Carlton coach, Brendan Bolton. Ticks a lot of boxes, and the Blues, after an exhaustive process, have appointed the wee man as the coach, which
Was
is a great
exhaustive. I think they tried to get Michael Bolton to begin with.
Don't start Michael Bolton, by the way.
yes,
I'll just say one thing.
Are you going to defend him?
Time, Love and Tenderness was a very good album. A very good album.
I think first impressions are important, and I, for one, think that Brendan Bolton did a fantastic job at his press conference during the week.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I've lived by a mantra of getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is, if it's comfortable, you already know it and you can do it. If it's uncomfortable, it's new or different. And if you're in that space regularly, you're learning and developing.
Yeah, got to say I'm pretty uncomfortable just watching that. I'm a Carlton. How are you feeling as a Carlton supporter? Are you just filling you full of confidence?
Well, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. We're all comfortable because he comes from good pedigree. Also, I like his first point of business. He's already, put the foot down. He's already removed Captain Carlton from the leadership group. No prisoners already. No, I think, you're not going to know for 3 years, are you, Andrew?
No, well, that's right. They've given him a minimum 3 years, and they've got this unusual sort of rolling staff appointment type thing. There's not the standard contract.
What is that exactly?
Well, he's like a member of staff, so they can terminate him at any time without paying out an exorbitant contract, and he can leave the footy club. I think it's a mature way of doing it.
So he could be hired, fired, and paid out before Mick Malthouse is paid out. is that what you're telling me?
Ultimately, it might cost Carlton a whole lot less. Yeah.
I ask you guys, because I know you're Carlton fans, and the rank and file, the restless get native, it's been one of your big problems over the years, is how to control your passionate fan base. And I love knowing what the fans are thinking out there, and, let's go and see.
We don't even have 40,000 members. How are we going to survive? What's Bill Shorten have to do with this today?
Did his name ever come up as coach? At any stage was he part of the selection process?
I love that man so much.
Continues now this fantastic sort of procession of Alistair Clarkson assistant coaches who have found their way into senior jobs.
Leon Cameron, of course, there was Damien Hardwick.
Yep.
There was Luke Beveridge and Adam Simpson.
Correct.
All going great guns.
Great
by the
guns,
way.
yeah.
Done well with
And
dominating.
Big question now in the football world is, who's next? So from Hawthorn.
Of course.
And
the assistant
there's only
coach?
one, the assistant coach. The one still standing.
Who's that?
Damien Monkhurst. Have a look at him. Have a look at him.
Is that two blokes in a Damien Monkhurst costume? is that Damien? When I look at that, I'm wondering if he's eaten all the other assistant coaches.
People think he's on the phone to Clarkson. He's just ordering a pizza.
I thought he might have been on the phone to Lockie Henderson's mum. Going, look, can you stop ringing us? I've had to block her. I've had to block her.
Well, we had, what about that? Johnny Barker's auntie called us during the week, Cecile, on SEN.
Oh, I'm glad you said it was on air. What's happening with Cruiser? Is there anything to the rumours?
No, nothing.
No.
Mickey, I'm telling you, this was terrifying when I heard this.
His behaviour has been a little off. Here he is on the sideline. Now, I'm not questioning his judgment, but you shouldn't be drinking hotel shampoo. you shouldn't be doing that during a game. Maybe after.
No, after's when you do the conditioner, but...
One of the other big talking points during the round was Paul Roos, the importance of staying on message. He was on 360 on Fox Footy during the week and talked about the negativity around the club, and then it had to be explained by the CEO that, I know Paul was talking about the members and the fans and the coterie. No one
What
knew.
was he talking about?
Well, I think he's just talking about Melbourne being a football club shrouded in negativity at the end of the day. Well, Roosie knew he was in trouble from the fans when he started to get emails. That's when he knew he was in trouble.
It's interesting he's reading them, isn't
Yeah,
it?
why are
it
you
is.
reading emails?
His inbox was full of them after the Carlton loss. He said another guy emailed me and said, I knew driving to the game that we were going to get flogged by Carlton today. That was coming in from an email to Roosie.
That was from Jack Watts. that was from Jack Watts. So I admit that there's
Well, that's going to flatten him, isn't
a
it?
bit of negativity attached to that.
That is going to flatten
Why
him.
would he be reading emails?
You don't read emails. It's the golden rule. We've had some terrible correspondence here.
You talking about this one?
Oh, don't.
Is there another one about me? Don't
No,
read that out. There's another one about me.
Well, you're in it, but
Yeah.
Dear Friday Frumper, your show is crap. You three are uniquely unqualified to talk about this great game. Andy Marr is a poor man's Howie. And best known for being the voice of beach cricket in this country.
The highest point of my career.
Mick Malloy is a buffoon who spends more time during a football season in his Speedos than actually talking about the footy. Which makes sense, as he has about as much personality as a retired swimmer. Hey, that's not a bad point. Those swimmers, they've got no personality. I'm telling you. You know when they retire and they go into...
right.
All right, sorry.
I'm getting the vibe.
And as for Sam Pang, why you would get a guy from a soccer show to talk footy is beyond me. He is an unfuddy idiot. I do love him in those IGA ads, though. So, doesn't matter. This is
That's typical.
mate. The
Can
AFL and CUB should be embarrassed to be associated with this show. This is emails. That's why you don't read them.
Yeah, can I ask who said that?
Well, this one's from Paul Roos. So.
The umpires are really getting in touch with their young constituency. This is a massive win for the ball throwers. I reckon this is a great thing.
Yeah, Mickey, this kid has been celebrated all week in the football community. Many have said it's fantastic and it's great for the game. How would you describe it?
That's just bad parenting. You know who I'd prefer to be? Like this kid. I mean, this is what it's all about.
This is a real... Look at
This kid could go.
Look at that.
That's my boy. He could go anywhere. He could end up in the Collingwood cheer squad. This lad, the way he leans over the fence and just gives it to them.
Did you ever dress up as an umpire when you were young?
At one stage, you wanted to be an umpire. You did.
I'll take the pair of you blokes on. All right, you're
You
getting me angry.
you used to
now.
run backwards with the whistle between your knees, pretending you were Carberry.
Oh,
I'll pretend I'll feel calm in a minute if you're not careful. I never wanted to be an umpire. I did some umpiring, but I never wanted to be.
We knew it! We knew it!
Well. There it is.
I think
No,
Mick,
schoolboy footy, you know, I helped out the old alma mater.
the word Mick's looking for is the prosecution rests.
Now, this is interesting stuff, isn't it? This is the Collingwood cheer squad, who are the zenith of, let's say it's not the opera crowd. And they let you know in no uncertain terms, and here we go, the big boys have bitten.
Dustin Martin, by the way, just should not have been fined because the way he did it, it was beautiful, it was elegant, it was like a dancer. That's what I liked. I thought that was fine. The old days, for instance, say Michael Reeves.
He went about it in a slightly different way.
Had a different tone to his one is look at the fast twitch fibers, look at him go.
Someone's about to cop the forks here.
And yes!
So round 22, full of fantastic games. Geelong, Collingwood, huge game for the Cats. Northwestern Bulldogs, obviously heaps on the line for those two. Adelaide, they win this one, they're playing finals footy. That's all there is to it. It's this time of the you start to see all the retirements and some fantastic servants of the game and the clubs they've been involved with have come out and started to say that this will be it. Jared Rivers, Adam Schneider, Paul Chapman, Brent Staker have all announced this week that they're giving it away.
Brent Staker was still playing. What?
Yes, yeah, he was. Yeah, he's
They've all
worked
had
hard.
great. John Barker, that was enforced, but he just got to acknowledge that
and
as
of
well.
course, Dustin Fletcher, he hasn't officially declared it, but he's going. This will be his last year.
Stevie J.
Well, he might end up playing for the title. We'll get to that in a moment.
Wow.
Dustin Fletcher, though, yeah, it's not official, but you
He's
know,
retiring. He wants to spend more time with the grandchildren.
But when you're 8 years older than your current coach, it's probably time to give it away.
Is that right?
Another sign that it might be near the end is when you release an autobiography, but like before your career. Like, I think it's probably done.
Have you got an express copy of that?
Well, we've actually got it here. And, when footballers write their autobiographies, they always get someone to help them. This has actually been ghostwritten by a Benedictine monk. So that's something new in the football world. But
Are you through the Old Testament? Have you got to work your way through?
Chapter 1, also in our Friday Front Bar exclusive, actually, because it's handwritten in Latin. We've actually got the pen that he wrote it in.
Have you?
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's not really a pen. It's more a quill. But it's hey, that will be worth a fortune. You can have your memorabilia with your signed jumpers, mate. But have a look at that. That's what he wrote it in.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Hey, you mentioned Stevie J. Some speculation that he might end up playing for the Richmond Footy Club if he stays at Geelong. I say to you, this is right up Richmond's alley, this sort of stuff.
Mate.
He'd be right at home at Tigerland with things like this going on.
Wow. You know what he's done wrong there? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something here about a celebration in the goal square. This is Jago. Okay. Now, guys, what's he done right there?
Pretty good handstand.
That's true, but he kicked the goal, man.
He's doing it after the goal.
Oh, okay, right.
He's not showing off before the goal, and I think that's an important differential. Here's another one. What's wrong with this celebration? And Tony Liberatore goes bang. What's wrong with that one?
Well, it was a point.
Correct.
He didn't kick the goal.
You've got to get it right.
Hey, big news in the Brownlow market. Nat Fyfe's been the big talking point all week. But he's out for 2 weeks anyway. He's not going to play the last 2 games of the season.
What is going on?
He's got periosteitis.
Do you want to have another crack at that?
I got it right. Periosteitis is what he's got.
Well, he should go to a clinic then.
I think he will. I think he will go to a sports medicine clinic.
Sports medicine clinic.
I'm going to suggest that this has all happened since the corky. His leg's not been right. He's been hard to keep on the pitch.
You might be onto something here. You might be
you're right. I'm
Doc
telling you,
Larkin.
Well, I mean, my diagnosis might be correct.
telling you.
Doc Larkin.
You're the new Doc Larkin.
Dr. Malloy, I'm Bulk Bill.
It's official.
Hey, any more emails to take us out on? I'm still smarting from the earlier one.
Yeah, that was a bad one, but no.
Still some more hateful emails?
Yeah, but they're all about Andy, and they're all written by you.
Got a bit of writer's cramp, to tell you the truth.
You don't write emails, you type them out on your
Oh,
keyboard.
do you?
Yeah, you do.
Thanks
mate.
a lot.
Mick still gets faxes, so just let's get out of here.
It took me ages to cut all the letters out.
That's all we got time for. Again, here at the magnificent Friday Front Bar at the glorious All Nations Hotel, thanks to the beautiful Brewery Fresh Carlton.